Steve Jobs drove a Mercedes. It was a silver SL55 AMG that ran for a little over $200,000. It's a nice car, but it wasn't all that remarkable. Except for one thing. It never, ever had a license plate. For years, Steve drove around Silicon Valley in this Merc, and no one ever saw a plate on it. There it was every day in his parking spot at Apple on one infinite loop in Cupertino, and no plates. Ever. This led to all kinds of rumors. He had a deal with the DMV. There was some kind of secret scannable barcode that told police that it was okay. Or maybe he was just so rich that he didn't mind paying the tickets when they came in. Actually, it was none of the above. There's a loophole in California Vehicle Code number 4456 that says any new vehicle can be driven in the state for up to 6 months without license plates. All Steve had to do was trade in his Mercedes before the 6-month period was up, and he could go another half year before he had to worry about doing it again. I mean, the dude was a billionaire. Lease a brand new $200,000 Mercedes twice a year, that's no problem. But it does seem like a lot of trouble for a little defiance, doesn't it? Then again, billionaires are not like you and me. So there's a secret about California motor vehicle law. And now, here are some secrets about rock.
This is The Secret History of Rock with Alan Cross.
Hello again, I'm Alan Cross, and it's time for 2 more hours of secrets and unknown facts about the music we love. I have the history of backwards messages and albums. We'll look at what happened in 1988. There's the subject of rock and roll hotels. We'll look at the family tree of the English beat, and we'll end everything with another round of useless information. First up, though, I want to talk about small-town heroes. As somebody who grew up in a little place in the Canadian prairies, I can say that there are good things and bad things about living in such a place. We can talk about safety, how people know their neighbors, and that whole, sense of community thing. But small towns can be horribly, horribly dull, especially for teenagers. In the winter, you hang around the hockey rink, and in the summer, you just, get into trouble. This led to some of the kids I knew getting into booze and drugs and bad relationships and all kinds of dead-end jobs. One way out was through music. And my little town had a lot of bands, like-minded people who spent the winter and a good part of the summer jamming in the basement. And that was me. Ask my parents. It was that whole 3 chords and an attitude thing. Once we started to play, we could at least dream about being big rock stars and getting out of this small town. Now, all of my bands went absolutely nowhere, but then I got into this business, which is how I got out. But other bands from other small towns did much, much better, proving that you don't have to come from the big city to be a big star. And let me give you a great example. Nobody has ever heard of Escatawpa, Mississippi. Population 3,566. It's near Biloxi, down on the Gulf Coast, where they have lots of casinos with penny and nickel slots. And it was also part of the Gulf that was hit hard by Hurricane Katrina. There is almost zero for young people to do in Escatawpa. Take Brad Arnold, for example. He became a father at age 14. But Brad had some friends, and they formed a band. Brad was appointed as the singer, and a couple of years later, they recorded some demos. One song from those sessions got picked up by a local radio station in nearby Wiggins, Mississippi. This would be about 1996. And then the song caught fire. Word spread until the band was invited to fly to perform a showcase at CBGB in New York. And they were so good that a manager signed them on the spot. That led to a major record deal, and the last time I checked, this group had sold over 16 million records. The band? 3 Doors Down.